Hello, everybody, and welcome to our weekly Essential Island Living team call. It is so nice to see all of you here, and I know some people are still jumping on. So we'll go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and just start with our oil protocol. So find an oil that is near, that is speaking to your heart. Right now, I am going to go with some. Michael's rocking the On Guard Touch Roller. I love that. Get that free this month. I can't remember the last time doTERRA did like a promo for just 100 order. And what's awesome is if you had people that enrolled last month, hold on one second. If you had people enrolled last month and they take advantage of the 100 PV order this month, they would also get an On Guard Touch for free. So that is super awesome. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a couple deep breaths. Go ahead and place, if you wish, place your hand over your heart. Repeat after me. I am doing the best that I can. I am doing the best that I can. I am doing the best that I can. Okay, so here's the situation. I literally just found out 2 minutes ago, well, I guess now 5 minutes ago, that Keisha is unable to join us and share about the product of the month. And because it's a brand new oil that I don't own, I can't release much about it. Did anyone get their LRP yet with the Ravintsara in it? No, not yet. You did, Janice? Could you, I'm gonna go pull up some graphics to share from, but have you opened it yet? Could you share a little bit about your initial reaction with it? And I'll be right back. Oh, wait, let me unmute you.
Okay.
Okay,
Can I go grab it? I'm gonna grab it real quick. Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so Kate, I know did you listen to the podcast, Kate, on Ravenstar? Do you think that you could share anything I started to listen to it today, but honestly, I ended up listening to the daily mentor calls again in preparation for tonight. Obviously, we have some great graphics that we can go off of, and it's a new oil, so we don't really expect that people are going to know a bunch about it. I will say, though, that it's the main ingredient in Breathe, and it's a really incredible oil, I'm sure, because it's one of my favorites. So Janice has the bottle, so she's going to go ahead and talk about it a little bit. And I'm going to mute myself and pull up some graphics and be right back. So thanks, Jan.
Mm-hmm. So when I first opened the bottle, of course, it did remind me of Breathe. So then I checked the label and I go, oh yeah, okay. So I tried using it last night because I just got it the other day. So I used it because I started getting some drippy nose, and so I used it like how I would use Breathe. I put it on my chest, and it was really pleasant. It's not as strong as Breathe, but it still did the same job. Like it had that menthol smell, and so of course this reminds me of like the Breathe reminds me of when my grandpa used to put like paper rub and stuff on my chest when I was little. So this is kind of like a little bit of that memory. So I think maybe also because it was a memory and it really made me feel, happy. I think I recovered faster. I don't know, but I think it helped with my mood too. So I think that's all I can say so far. I mean, you know, it's a really pleasant smell, and it actually it says it has like some cinnamon. I think it says cinnamon on it. Cinnamon, mamum, camphora. So camphor, yeah, camphor is like that. Like put in like Vicks vapor rub, and so thank goodness, like this is natural. So I'm glad that we have something like that to add to our breathing issues. So
Thank you so much, Janice, for buying me a little bit of time. I'm going to share my screen real quick. And as you guys know, I do try to post some education in the groups. I was looking for another post. I think I'll have to go search for it. But here's the first one that I did do. So this was really nice. It had a series of graphics. So this is the free product of the month. And it's not to be confused with Ravintsara, but which is derived from the leaves of the Ravintsara. And this is what Janice was kind of saying, yeah, the cinnamon camphora. And the uses and benefits of the oil are many. So some here, Ravintsara is actually more milder and more similar to eucalyptus and camphor. Some primary benefits are cleansing the environment, good for surface cleanser, aids in meditation practice. You can combine it with other oils, such as the ones listed there. Incorporate into your favorite skin cleansing. Diffuse in any room. I would probably, because I love Breathe so much, like I love when I make Breathe rollers, like I like to put extra cardamom in there and some lime and frankincense. And so I think I will add a couple drops of the Ravinstar as well. So you can see here that there are other uses. Here's the aromatic description of it. Fresh, earthy, woody, and peppery. The main chemical components. And then there was another great post that I did that actually had a link. So let me look. So interesting. Has anybody been noticing this, that that this has been happening lately? That you type stuff in and things don't come up like they used to? I've been feeling like that more often. Okay, so I don't want to have you guys sit on here, but does any, oh, you know where I can go? Photos. Oh, maybe I didn't post it yet. Maybe in my head I did, or maybe it's a scheduled post that hasn't actually come out yet. Okay, we are going to stop here. So anyway, I'm really excited to add this oil to my collection, and I hope that you guys are too. How many people put in their LRP for this month already and have this oil on its way to you? Okay, awesome. All right, cool. Well, thank you for bearing with me. I apologize for being so unprepared. Kate, did you have anything to share about it?
Those are the benefits I listened to, and then I'm trying to remember right now, but they talked about it, the plant being from two different places, or it grows well in two places. And I think one of the places we are sourcing it from is Madagascar. I hope I'm remembering that right. I'm gonna have to listen to that again. But yeah, that's kind of the one thing I do remember. But again, it is a limited item that we have never gotten to purchase. So that's something I think that's exciting that they're starting to do with the Hinoki, and then with this one too. So yeah.
I'm going to share my screen real quick. I think what I was thinking about, and as you guys know, Roz and I both subscribe to One Drop, which Fraser is now a contributor for. And so I think she had posted these and I had scheduled a post for these. So here is the Ravintsara, and then here are other ways to use it. So the last post had talked about Epsom bath salts, but also rubbing on the chest, which makes sense. Here's some of the emotional benefits. So it can be helpful in releasing grief or sadness, uplifting mood and energy, clearing the mind. And then here are some really nice diffuser blends as well. So don't worry, this will get posted soon in our Essential Island Living group. And here is some more of all about Ravintsara. So, and here are some roller blends as well. So those are really nice. And then this is kind of cool, like using, for those of us that always want all the oils, like some, recipes that use some of the other new oils that we've had and more diffuser blends. So that will be up in our group as well. Did you guys see any of that as I talked about it? Is my screen being shared right now? Yes. Okay. Okay, good. All right. So let me bring you guys back up to life here. And stop share. All right. So let me go ahead and turn it over to Fraser, who is going to tell us about this week's DIY.
Can you guys hear me good? Okay. So since this month is February and it's Valentine's, I figured I'd share kind of like a Valentine themed DIY. So we're going to be making this at one of our classes coming up. So I figured since I think all builders here, this would be a good idea if you guys wanted to share it as one of your class DIYs. But it's a intimacy massage oil blend. Hold on. Babe, yep, you gotta keep that on. So it's an intimacy massage oil blend. So you just need a 1 ounce dropper bottle. So I just got this from the vitamin shop. It was like $1, I think, for this. And then you're gonna need 3 drops of geranium, 4 drops of sandalwood, 3 drops of ylang ylang, and 4 drops of clary sage. And then you can mix it in with fractionated coconut oil or avocado oil. Avocado oil seems to stay, what is that word? Like, it doesn't absorb as quick. So it's good to use as a massage oil. So it's really good. So then this blend is going to be really good as like a warming massage oil to just help get things started. I don't know what else to say about that. I mean, you know what I mean. But yeah, so that's a really good massage oil blend that you can try out. Oh, for the giveaway. So for the giveaway, I'm going to be making vinyl stickers for it. And then you're going to win the vinyl stickers for the massage oil blend.
Will you guys share real quick about what you guys are doing at your DIY make and take this weekend on Oahu?
So we're doing it like a intimacy themed. So like come learn about your health, but also learn how you can use essential oils in the bedroom type of a class. So it's going to be like a fun Galentine's, bring all your girlfriends type of a class. Yeah.
Nice. So if you have any team members or potential people on Oahu, please hook them up with the Oil Ohana team, Oahu Oil Ohana team. And then Fraser, we have our mentor call tomorrow and we can chat about when I'm up there very soon. Okay. So, and then with that being said too, we are having our, Natural Solutions with Essential Oils class at Friends and Fair at 3. And then immediately following, we will be doing a Valentine's make and take as well. And I think there are 3 roller blend recipes and 2 like very similar, like an X-rated, that's what the name of it, X-rated fun time lubricant, and 1 other recipe that will be available. So it's, we're wanting to provide opportunities for people to learn more always, and but also to make, some fun things, themey things as well. Okay, anybody have any questions, anything they want to share? Anything at all? Okay. Oh yeah, Michael, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
I have a question. So when you guys do your make and takes after your classes, how do you guys do the pricing? Or do you guys do it where if somebody enrolls after your class, they get it for free? Like, what do you guys do?
So everything is how you want to do it. I think I promoted for non-members, it was $10 for each make and take item, and for members it's $7, I think, maybe. But then, and mostly now my prices are a little bit more because we pay for the space at Friends and Fair. So I factor that into what we charge people as well, although we don't charge for the natural solutions class at all. And then if people do enroll, I will absolutely incentivize them with a free make and take item for sure. Depending on what they're getting and so forth. So yeah. So you definitely, it's to your discretion. I don't think anyone is ever the same, but I definitely, if people enroll there, I'm definitely like, you can, keep your 2 make and take items that you made for free and stuff.
Do
And
you find that like people will enroll more if, like, do you guys say that it's free at the beginning of the class, or that's just something where if they decide to make it, then you're like, oh, by the way, you get it for free?
yeah, I probably would say it if you're gonna do like an intro class. So I'll do an intro class first, and then after I'm done, I might say, please feel free to stay for the make and take. And if you aren't, interested in getting started, ask me how you can get your make and take items free today. So I might not make a blanket statement in front of everyone. I might make it more
Mhm.
like, ask me how you can get those items for free. So then kind of have to have a conversation about it and stuff. So
Okay.
yeah. And then, I posted a great podcast about taxes. I really don't want to give any tax advice because I can't, like, at all. But I will say, save those kinds of invoices and receipts, and those are all supplies, right, for your classes. And then keep track of if you're giving away those make and takes as enrollment gifts, and give them a value and keep track of that as well. Like, I just have an app on my notes, and it's my giveaways. And, we do a lot of giveaways in the group, right? So if I'm supplying the oils for any type of giveaway, I'm always keeping track of that, just in case if you want to be able to show how you're using that for business purposes. Okay.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I'm honestly also trying to enroll somebody simultaneously. Like, she just texted me back right before the call. So I'm gonna so first of all, who listened to call 5 and 6 for a daily mentor call? Okay, thanks, Mom, for poking your hand in. All right, so call 5 and 6, and I totally listened to them several times, was talking about effectively contacting your list, and as well as how to give an effective sample. So I want to say something before we dive into tonight's calls. Kate and I were just chatting about this tonight. This is not how I built my business. Okay. And Elise Seravi is, without a doubt, the most successful person in doTERRA. There's no way you could argue that, since she is the highest ranked advocate. However, these are tools. Okay. And I will say that what I've always searched for is a way to onboard new builders. And this is very laid out. So I want to show you guys something that I kind of did too. If you haven't done this, if you're just listening to the calls, but you're not actually like looking at the scripts, like, how many people actually paused and practiced the scripts that Elise tells you to when she does? Only my mom's hand is up. And I'm not judging. What the bottom line is that she says how important practicing is, because what you're saying has to feel natural. You can't be so focused on what you're saying that you lose that authenticity with the people, right? And so it's really important, you guys, that you have something that you can look at, because you can't just listen to her call 1,000 times. It's not feasible, and it's not effective. So you're going to want to, does everybody know on the website where you can find the actual scripts? Who has actually gone into daily mentor call? Okay, I'm back up. Teachable moment. I am going to share my screen. And I'm going to go. Okay. I'll probably have to log in. I get irritated how fast it logs me out. I wish there was like a stay logged in button. Okay, so when you log in, this is what you see, okay? And then here are all the daily mentor calls, okay? And I also don't like that some of them are checked and some of them are not, because I've listened to all of these up until here, but whatever. I think it's how you listen to them. You can listen to them on SoundCloud, or you can listen to them just using the internet. But when you click on, like, so tonight's class, here are the scripts. So she talks about these scripts, and here it is. Here's the text message script, because she talks about how when you text people, that giving too much information is not a good thing, right? She says the same thing about email and social media. Here are her scripts, depending on how you've identified that you're going to reach out to somebody. Here's her in-person or phone call product approach if you already know what they're struggling with. Here is what it is if you don't know. I mean, she gives you all of the scripts right here. But if you're just listening to the calls and you can't or aren't actually looking at the scripts, you guys, and practicing, this is just going through the motions. You are just going through the motions, okay? So for call 6, there was no scripts. Now, down here, there's a Find a Builder training, which I want to get through the daily mentor calls first before I go through the Find a Builder training. So that's there. But under resources, you guys, oh my God, there's so much cool resources. Okay, so first of all, here for the daily mentor call resources, here is, you can see everything. I'm not going to click everything, but here's this Prague retreat workbook. So I made a mistake. I actually took this to Office Max. It's very similar to her back to basics, but this is what she does in Prague. And I had that bound real quick. I had it bound, printed and bound at Office Max in black and white. And I have some sort of teacher discount thing, and this cost me $10 to do. Okay, but now I have everything, all of the scripts and everything hard copy, and you could print it out yourself, but I just thought I wanted it bound and everything too. Okay, so I'm going to start sharing again. And so I really highly encourage you guys to do that, or to print out, even if it's page by page, if you're going week by week, because otherwise you're really not doing the work. You're just listening to a bunch of calls. If you're not actually, so what I was going to say is next week, be prepared to role play. Like, we have to do this work that she's asking us to do. And the work is not just listening to calls. It's actually practicing. Okay. So there's a bunch of great resources. Now, here's some other awesome stuff. So if you go here, Complete Wellness Education Series, this will open right into your drive. And it is all of these amazing PDFs, essential oils in pain, essential skincare. I have oils. Now what? Toxic-free living. I tried to look. I wish that they would sell these like already, printed out, but so many great resources for free right on her website. Okay. And then obviously you can open each one separately as well, and they'll just pop up. So these are all resources that are available for you. Okay. And then here's the back to basics. So that's what we're basically doing. Now, the workbook that I was supposed to use was this back to basics workbook that was printable here. So I went back to Office Max and I paid for this one. This one I did end up paying for in color and getting bound, and it did cost me about $27 or so, because it was in color. But same information, just one is a lot prettier than the other. But again, here's all the back to basics resources as well. So if you're ever like, where she says she provides this script or this whatever, and you don't know where to go, that's where it all is. It's living in that daily mentor call. It's living in that daily mentor call website. Okay. I have an idea that some might like. Yes, please share, Danielle. I'm such an iPhone person. I'll unmute you. There you go. Go for it, Danny.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry.
No.
Am I mute?
Nope, I unmuted you. We can hear you.
Okay. I had an idea because like what you're saying was been my biggest block. It's like I have all these things in theory, but then I'm not actually taking the action to do it. And then I'm looking at my daily habits of why is it not actually happening? And one of my biggest things I realized is I'm such an iPhone user compared to laptop. So I went and actually listened to call 5 and 6 today just before class. And so my natural instinct is I screenshotted the scripts. So then I have them as photos in my phone. And then I thought to make an audio recording of each one.
Oh.
So like practicing so that when I'm driving or on my lunch break, I could hear myself saying my script in an audio form, or I can just play it like when I'm driving, because if I don't do that, I probably won't do it.
I love that. That is such a great tip. And I'm such a like old school, like I don't do my planner in my phone, except my work one, my Google Calendar, but like I still write in my planner. I love this, but that's still such a great option on the go, to screenshot the scripts, but taking it to the next level and using that. I know my mom loves recording herself some voice memos. Like Sherlyn Jean Kong lives for voice memos, and 1,000 pictures of the same thing of my kids doing absolutely nothing. So anyway, but I love that, Danny. It totally, and if you're recording yourself, then it's more authentic. You can pause that. You can practice that chunk of it. You can unpause. You can do the next part. That's such a golden nugget. Thank you so much for sharing that. Did you have anything else you wanted to add about that, or?
No, now I just need to do it.
Yeah. Yes, girl. And I really love how honest you are. It's like you guys showing up, it means a lot. It's half the battle. Okay. But then, like Danny said, actually turning around and doing something. And it's hard. It's not easy. It's so funny. I've been talking to this other crossline, Noelle, and telling her how like now that I actually have more time, sometimes I find myself like I'm still very busy, but I kind of find myself lost. Like I almost like jam-packed agendas and people telling me what to do. I feel like it actually makes me more productive. And I posted about my strengths today in the builders group because I had to go back and revisit them. And I was like laughing because like my top strengths, a lot of them are like discipline, consistency, activator, like all of these action oriented executing. I like have the majority of my strengths in the executing strand. So I'm like, what do I have to do to kind of develop, a system for myself to keep myself accountable and do the work? So, it's not like I'm sitting on this like pie in the sky, like you guys need to do all this. I'm just as guilty and need to do it just as much too. What I want to say too about this is that this is one model. We have never built like this. Okay. And I like to think that the way that I've built and Kanani has built and Kate has built and many of you on this call has built is that we invite people before they have an experience and it's still working. And then we hope that we support them through the use of their oils and those experiences keep happening for them. So I don't want anyone to feel like you have to completely stop whatever you've been doing if you feel like it's been working. Because I'm not going to stop inviting people to classes just because I haven't sampled them yet. Because I will tell you on the flip side, I have sampled a ton more people than I normally have. And I'm getting 0 responses. And I'm giving them free oils. I sent out, I don't know how many adaptive samples to people like on Oahu. So, I'm paying for the kits to put them in. The adaptive is not cheap. I only sent 2 of the capsules, and the oil, the postage. And I was like, my only caveat is that you use it and you tell me your experience. And I have like Instagram these people 10 times, no response. So I don't want to say that what she's saying is not clearly valuable stuff, but I want to make it very clear that like, this is just a model, and it's a model that can help you if you're not having success where you're at. It's a model that can help you to up level, which is where I'm kind of at. Like, here's this one model I've been using for a really long time. I'm adding another tool to my tool belt. Now, I will say that sampling, the girl I'm trying to enroll right now, she was on Oahu. I sampled her. I've been following up. She had an experience. She's ready to order. So it does work as well, right? And I don't really have the opportunity to necessarily, and she's not on Maui either. So yeah, it's kind of what I'm going a little off script, but Kate and I kind of had this discussion too. Like, does that mean that I'm only going to invite people if I've sampled them? Well, at least set of you would say yes. It's my business. I'm saying not always. I've gotten this far. I think I'm doing okay, but am I ready to up level? Am I open to new ideas, new suggestions? Yes. Do I love a lot of her scripts, and do I tend to be long-winded in text and give to? Absolutely. Like, there's always something. It's like PD, right? Teacher friends of mine. You can, even if it's terrible PD, it teaches you the things you don't want to do. You learn from the bad just as much as you learn from good. This is good. I'm not saying it's bad, but I just also want to keep things in perspective. Now, if what you're doing isn't working, then this might be a really great tool for you to dig into. If you're launching new builders and you don't know really where to start or how to support them, this could be the way that you do that. Okay, my mom has a raised hand, and is it you wanting to say you can download the digital version and reference on your cell phone, Mom? Okay. Yeah. So, our smartphones make it really easy to access all of these resources and stuff. The hard thing that I find with having things on my phone is I use my phone so much for things that then I can't easily go back and forth sometimes. But I'm with Danny. I will use my iPhone way more than I'll get on my laptop, if I don't have to. So, all right. So I kind of feel like I veered away from the actual content about this. But was there anything about the calls that resonated with you guys or stuck out? Anything that she said that that you questioned or you had an aha about? Go ahead and unmute yourself.
I really thought it was interesting that she said to just talk about the ailment that was, or address their ailments one issue at a time. And it was a really good thought, because really the point of making more touches with the person, really important thing, especially with some people that don't, they kind of get turned off when you're too much or overwhelmed with too much information. So, and my thing is I give out too much information anyway. So I thought it was really good, because then you're prone to helping them place an order, because it's a lot less expensive if you choose an item that, for example, ask them what things that they have going on and say, let's try this one thing, and you're choosing the oil that's going to be the least expensive just to get their foot in the door, kind of thing.
Yeah. So you kind of went ahead a little bit, but call 7, that's what she kind of, no, but it's important, because what she says is that there are effective ways to sample, and then there's ways that you're just wasting your time and money. So in call 7, what you'll listen to this coming week is how to effectively sample. They are always free, but you're only going to address one health challenge at a time. You want to choose the least expensive oil. So you'll go through that with her. And I feel really I feel like there were a couple of things that resonated me, especially from call 6. And I forget. I liked, and then I also am listening to further calls, so they kind of get jumbled. But I really encourage you guys this week, and this is what's so hard, like, if everyone took action, everyone would meet the goals that they wanted. If everyone took consistent daily action, like income producing action, like all the things we talk about, everyone would meet their goals. What's so hard, especially when I sit here and I'm the leader, is that it's hard to take action. You know, it's hard to be consistent. And so people aren't necessarily reaching the goals that they want. And then that can become even more in, mindset and just more that you're like an uphill battle kind of thing. So, it's like, I want to just say, do it. And I'm talking to myself too, but ultimately it's up to you guys to actually do it, right? It's all up to each and every one of us to show up and do it, do the work that we need to do. So, but I absolutely agree that role playing and practicing is critical. If you want, people are always like, oh, but you talk about it so naturally. Yeah, because I've said it enough times and because it's really who I am and what I believe in. But if you wanted me to talk about Ravintsara, I couldn't say poop about it, except that it's what breathe and how I would use, so practice. It's all about practice and getting better at the skills that you need to improve on. Okay, let me see. I had another question here. Do you still recommend the Oil Bible app, or is a new resource better? It's not the one that I use. I would say the most is Essential Life or Modern Essentials. Those are the two that I use the most. I actually like the old version of Modern Essentials on the phone better than the new version. I have both. The new version, but I don't think you can get the old version. And the old version doesn't have the new oils as well. I definitely highly recommend having at least one essential oil app on your phone that you can quickly reference and screenshot and send to people. So. Okay, I don't want to keep anyone too long. Anything else about, or longer than necessary? Anybody have anything to share? Just how is your journey with the daily mentor calls working? What challenges are you having? What successes? I would love to hear from other people. So I'm going to mute myself and hope that somebody else pops in.
I'll jump in real quick, kind of related to what we were talking about. As I'm listening to the calls, because I do it usually really early in the morning, and I'm doing other stuff, so I'm not looking at the scripts while it's happening. Part of my natural self is I couldn't use those scripts. That's not how I talk. And part of me also said, why are you having this mindset? Why are you being so negative about these scripts? Because I know they work and she's so successful. So what I kind of have come to my conclusion is I want to look at those scripts and maybe tweak it just a little bit to sound like how I would say it. So I think practicing them and saying them my way, or not my way, but just practicing it and see how how we naturally say things in certain ways, that I would kind of maybe just tweak the scripts a little bit to match how I talk to people about it. I think that would help me, but then I actually have to do it, like Liza said. So that was one thing that I had to kind of think about to make it, to be more confident in it. And then the second thing is, I also agree with Liza. The more you talk it, then the easier it is. Today I did a 5-minute mini class with one of my custodians at school. And I thought to myself, when I first started this business, I could never have done that. It wouldn't have gone so quickly and so clearly, and I wouldn't have been so confident. So the more you do it, the easier it becomes, and the more confident you are going to be in all of it. So don't give up. It comes with, time, and it also comes with your belief in the oils and all of the mission of this company. So keep going. I know sometimes it feels uncomfortable to speak up and speak out, but the more you do it, the more people you change, the lives that you change. So give it a try. Keep practicing. I'm still practicing too.
Yeah, we all are. We all are. Anybody else? Julie, go ahead. Unmute yourself.
Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? I just wanted to share that I too have blocks about like closing my class, inviting my class, but the daily mentor calls has really helped me kind of walk step by step. And what kind of made it full circle for me is watching Elisa's recorded video in the resource section of the Daily Mentor Calls website. And it just kind of shows how these scripts play in real life, because everyone in that recorded video was sampled appropriately and they were able to give a testimony. So it's building my confidence to know that if I practice my scripts and make it my own, give my own testimonies, as she shared her testimony with Deep Blue and Patrick's testimony, I'm going to build my own and build my confidence to do it too. So yeah. And I shared it with my team and they love it too. So thanks, Jenny.
Yay, Julie and Jenny. Thank you for sharing. And I forgot, and I haven't actually, I do a lot of listening, but I haven't done as much watching. So thank you for reminding me and sharing with everybody about the fact that Elise has actually recorded videos of her utilizing the scripts in real situations. Her How to Launch a Builder, she did this crazy program where she was like going to find, I don't know, 10 builders in 10 days or something. Oh, Jenny said she loved the video too, Julie. And she legitimately like recorded her calling people and talking to them about the business and asking them for referrals into the business. I mean, this woman is just laying it all out there. So it's up to you to make the time to delve into the resources, not just listen to the calls and be and then be able to show up every week and say, I listened to the calls, because really the call is just like a fraction of what you need to actually do in order to, build your business. So, and I know that can feel overwhelming and scary and, not possible. And I just have to say, like, we all have blocks. We all have blocks, and we all have to reach for the tools besides our supplements and our oils, but we have to reach for the tools, the professional development, the personal growth, the literature, the things that are going to help us move forward, because we are the only people that hold ourselves back. Like, the person that you're staring at in the screen is the only person that determines your success. I know, so scary. And I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about like you're looking at yourself. Okay. So I'm so grateful for you guys. Thank you for showing up. Even for those of you that didn't get to show us your beautiful faces, thank you for showing up for yourselves and for your business and for your growth and for your own success. And of course, the success and growth and well-being of all the people that you've introduced to our amazing oils. Does anyone else have anything that they want to share? Inspirational, motivational, helpful, real, honest, raw? If you want to say you want to quit, let's have a conversation after this call. But anything else is a go. No. Okay, let's take our quick pick. If you haven't, I would love to see your face for our phone call right now. And they're like, no, you're not going to see. Oh, there's Tosh. Hi, Tosh. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. All right. Thank you all so much for showing up for yourselves, for your team, for your community, for your businesses. Go out there and change some lives. Share these oils. Love and appreciate you all. Have a great night. Bye. Oh, call 7 and 8 next week. So listen and do. Listen and do. Night, everybody.